Michael Jackson is still alive.
Major celebrities are in the Illuminati.
Aliens walk amongst us.
Stevie Wonder is not blind.
There are Ukrainian killer dolphins.
19-year-old Kenneka Jenkins was born on the 27th of May 1998 in Chicago, Illinois. After borrowing her mother's car to attend a party at the Crowne Plaza Hotel in nearby Rosemont, she arrived in the early hours of Saturday the 9th of September 2017 at 1:13 a.m. The party, which consisted of Kenneka's friends, took place in room 926 on the 9th floor of the hotel. Police reports would later state that the card used to secure the room was fraudulent. Witness accounts from those at the party vary massively as to what and how much Kenneka consumed in drink and drugs. However, it's clear both drink and drugs were part of the festivities that night, and it would be somewhat naive to discount the idea Kenneka may have partaken in voluntary consuming intoxicants of some sort, particularly given some of the later footage we see of her that leaves little doubt of that. Her friend Irene, who was celebrating her birthday, posted a Facebook Live video during this time.
If somebody else party here, y'all just gotta let them lose y'all shit.
You look pretty. Happy birthday. Thank you. That is my kid. I told ya. What you saying over there, Slick? What you say? What you say, Gail Smart?
I really need the weed, bro.
Damn, I just got the weed.
But you just passed and they just passed it back.
Let me see who you talking to. It don't matter. I'm putting my face on this now.
Kenneka was also caught on a phone recording later on, and appearing to be completely comfortable in her surroundings and the ongoing revelries. Around 3 a.m, Kenneka Jenkins left the party and began wandering the hotel's corridors, clearly either intoxicated or high, or perhaps both. She was captured on multiple occasions by the hotel security cameras. Around 4 a.m, the friends of Kenneka rang her mother to tell her they couldn't find her. These friends left the party and took Kenneka's phone and purse with them and left the hotel. Kenneka staggered around the halls and eventually found herself in the hotel's kitchen area. At which point she opened the door to the walk-in freezer, possibly mistaking it for some kind of access or fire door, entered the freezer with the door closing behind her. It's likely she would have quickly forgotten which way she had come in and stood little chance of finding the handle which would have allowed her exit. Kenneka was having trouble walking and maintaining her balance in the well-lit corridors of the hotel, so after becoming shut inside a dark freezer, she stood little chance of finding her way out. Although she wasn't captured entering the freezer itself, she was captured clearly in the moments leading up to this, and would later be found tragically dead inside many hours later, leaving little doubt as to how the events unfolded. At least that was the only sensible and logic conclusion. After receiving the phone call from Kenneka's friends, Kenneka's mother Teresa arrived at the hotel around 5:30 a.m. to try and find her missing daughter. She requested staff to review the hotel's video footage. However, they told her they could not do this unless she was declared officially missing with the police. Staff did help Teresa in a search around the hotel. Unable to locate Kenneka at 7:14, she rang Rosemont police.
911, where's the address of your emergency?
Yes, I'm at the Crowne Plaza at O'Hare Airport, and I was calling because my daughter came to a party here last night, a gathering with her friends, and now her friends, they say that they left her on the front of the hotel and she's not able to be found now. She's 19 years old.
It doesn't look like we had any run-ins with her last night at all. Do you think it's possible maybe she went to one of her friends' houses, or, you know, she's probably...
No, actually, because she had my car. She was driving my car. She know I don't like nobody to drive my car because my insurance will not pay for nobody, no one besides her.
Is that she? Again, she's only been gone for a couple hours. She's, I don't know. Maybe she's, she could be somewhere with one of her friends or something. Because I mean, it is only a couple hours since you hadn't seen her, correct? Or since her friend supposedly hadn't seen her.
Correct. Let's say about 3 to 4 hours now. They said. They told me. It was like 4 o'clock in the morning when they called me.
Yeah. All right, well, I guess the one, are you looking to file a missing persons report then, or are you just, or would you? I'm sorry, go on ahead.
I'm so sorry, sir, but I just want to know, is it possible that maybe they can look at the cameras and see, it's because they send the police out here and ask them to look at the cameras and see if they've seen her on their cameras around that time?
I was about to say, even if I did send an officer, it would take a little bit in order for us to get the camera footage and for us to pass it on to the detectives division.
Okay. Okay. So what would you suggest?
Well, again, the only thing I would suggest maybe just give her a couple hours. She could have went somewhere with one of her other friends. I mean, and who knows what her friends are saying is true. You know what I mean?
Exactly. You could tell, not to be saying, you could tell it don't sound right. I'm a parent. I've been young before, and it's not sounding right. It don't sound right, period. That's why I came out here myself, because it sounded like they had been drinking, honestly.
Yeah.
And I asked them, did she drink? And they said she had only 1 cup. But, okay, my daughter ain't the type that normally, she can't even take liquor. Her liquor level is just like mine. We can't take liquor. We cannot take liquor. We take a sip of liquor, we drunk, honestly.
No, I completely understand.
Do you think they'll still be able to see the video camera of today, the surveillance camera
Yes.
for today?
Yes. We'd definitely be able to get the footage.
Okay, thank you. Well,
All right.
I'll do that. Okay, thank you
Okay.
so much, okay? Okay.
No, you're very welcome. Have a good day.
You too. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Bye-bye.
The decision to wait a couple of hours was something highlighted later on as costly by some. However, it didn't seem an unusual decision. Kenneka was an adult who had attended a party and was seen in an intoxicated state. It was a reasonable assumption at that point to think she was probably sleeping it off somewhere and would turn up safe, possibly nursing a hangover. There was nothing whatsoever to suggest it was a decision made insidiously by the person Teresa spoke with. At 12:46, Kenneka's sister Lenore officially reported Kenneka missing. The police then rang the hotel around half an hour later to inform them she was now officially missing. Teresa and Lenore then returned to the hotel around 6 p.m. They began to knock on the hotel's room doors to ask those inside if they had seen Kenneka. This disruption to the guests irked hotel staff, who rang police to report the disruption.
Roseline 911, where's your emergency?
Hi, I'm calling from the Crown Plaza, Chicago here. I'm actually calling because there was an incident, I guess, last night where a lady was mentioning about her daughter going missing in our hotel at the Crown Plaza.
Okay.
We did mention this. Actually, the police in Roseland have a report about it already. But the only thing is we have the mother of the daughter here at the hotel, and she's knocking door to door in our guest rooms, asking and disturbing our guests.
Okay.
We wanted
what floor is she on?
9th floor, but she's going to every single door.
Okay. What's she wearing?
She's wearing a black sweater.
Female, white,
female.
Hispanic?
African American.
Okay.
At a very basic human level, they could have showed some understanding to the pair desperately searching for the missing teen. Ultimately, this short-term lack of empathy would have damaging long-term consequences on the hotel's reputation. Police investigating the hotel surveillance spotted Kenneka stumbling through the corridors, although her destination remained unknown. However, at around 12:25 AM on Sunday the 10th of September, her lifeless frozen body was found laying face down on her side in the kitchen's walk-in freezer. Her clothing was dishevelled, with her shirt pulled up, exposing her breasts. Not entirely unusual, as in the latest stages of hypothermia, the body experiences something called paradoxical undressing. This can cause you to believe you're burning up, and often victims will remove clothing before succumbing to the cold. Kenneka had one shoe kicked off and a small cut around the ankle area of the same leg. She was pronounced dead at 12:48 AM. Her body would take 2 days to thaw before an autopsy could be carried out. Toxicology reports discovered alcohol in her system, as well as topiramate, which is predominantly used to treat epilepsy and migraines. However, it is also used for conditions like alcohol dependency and weight loss. It's unclear why Kenneka was taking this drug, as it wasn't prescribed to her. Ultimately, on October 6th, the Cook County Medical Examiner ruled Kenneka's death as accidental. In the wake of Kenneka's death, there were many from the black community who felt the Crown Plaza staff and police were responsible for not acting quickly enough. Indeed, Kenneka's mother would play into this, with comments that seemed designed to antagonise and escalate the protests rather than calm them.
They want to make money. Show me the tape. You can make all the money you want. I don't care. Show me the tape of my child walking in there. Show me how did my child get up in that freezer. That's all I'm asking. And you can make all the money you want. I'm going to go in peace.
I believe that it's a cover-up. I believe I'm still looking for answers.
The Black Lives Matter movement was prominent at this time, and quick to latch on with the idea of fault lying with the hotel staff and police, and that it was racially motivated. However, it's estimated there are around 60 deaths each year in the US from accidents involving walk-in freezers. So while it is unusual, it's not totally unheard of. So why did this particular case receive so much coverage? Well, the answer's fairly straightforward. Because Kenneka was black, and her death came when racism was very much a talking point. While all the evidence pointed to her death being accidental and no one else being involved, the fact a young black girl died in an unusual way and the entire police department and hotel staff weren't immediately breaking down every door in the hotel in an attempt to find her, fed into the idea this lack of urgency was somehow racist. The fact is, the information given to dispatchers made their response in deciding to wait a few hours pretty reasonable. And while hotel staff were decidedly unsympathetic, and the kitchen area shouldn't have been so easily accessible to guests, I don't see their actions as deliberately sinister or negligent. The reality is, as much as this may pain the family to accept, there was no one truly to blame for Kenneka's death. It was an unfortunate series of events that led to a tragic outcome that no one could have predicted. And when the hotel's surveillance footage was released, showing her stumbling her way towards the freezer, it should have brought to an end the speculation and public outcry, but unfortunately it just seemed to make things worse. It fueled the crazy conspiracies. People began to go through every detail, every glitch in the footage, and attempt to be the one to solve this apparent mystery. Of course, if you stare long enough at something, you begin to see things that aren't there. If you listen hard enough and long enough to audio, you can begin to hear things you want to hear and trick your brain into believing it. The person believes that was what's said. That's what they begin to hear.
What y'all can do?
Like if I was to tell you there's a line in the song We Are Family that says, "Just let me staple the vicar."
All of the people around us, they say, can they be that close? Just
That might be what you heard, but here's the song again. The actual lyrics are just let me state for the record.
All of the people around us, they say, can they be that close? Just let me state for the record.
Unless you were already very familiar with the real lyrics, I hopefully just demonstrated how you can hear the same words in two different ways. Simply type Kenneka Jenkins into YouTube and you'll find an endless rabbit hole of wild conspiracies and ridiculous theories. After watching these videos, I don't see anything of substance to suggest this was anything other than completely accidental. What it does perhaps show is how the black community is completely untrusting of law enforcement, and really, society in general. Kenneka Jenkins was laid to rest on the 30th of September 2017. Whatever the circumstances around her death, Kenneka was taken far too young, and my sympathies go to her family and friends. It was a tragic accident, but just that, an accident, nothing else. I'll leave this story with some video clips you can find on YouTube. I think you'll agree some of these conspiracies are so outlandish to the point of becoming completely ridiculous. But it just shows how easily unwilling people are to believe in the fantastical, even when presented with the evidence of the obvious.
It's deeper than what we think.
Yes or no? Leave the case alone.
Leave it alone.
I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna take your advice.
Leave it alone for your safety.
Kenneka was missing a shoe. Her shirt was kind of ripped up.
How come she didn't rip off any of her clothes? They're like intact.
Because they had this planned out. And I believe they killed her out of jealousy because she was the only one working out of her group of friends.
Y'all see all three boxes, right? It's people back there. These boxes track people. So that means there were two people back there and there was somebody coming in behind there. And this is where the shit gets edited. This is where the shit gets edited. See? It's a person right here watching her. And it's one back there waiting on her.
I'm going to be doing a spirit session. Kenneka keeps referencing herself to come through, but Kiera is also coming through, so I need to let the girls know that only one can come over at a time.
Yeah, we got all this footage of her walking in this kitchen and walking towards this freezer, but we don't have footage of her walking herself in here, which means someone could have been back there and put her into this freezer.
Right. So it is entirely possible and probable that this was a setup for the purpose of either initiation or revenge.
One of the most controversial theories in the Kenneka Jenkins story is the connection to pop singer Selena Gomez. In 2017, while she was visiting pop superstar The Weeknd in Chicago, she had a medical emergency, and it was discovered that her kidneys were failing. She would need to have a transplant immediately in order to save her life, and that's exactly what happened. What made people start to connect her and Kenneka Jenkins is that she had her surgery done in Chicago, and she received her kidney transplant just days after Kenneka was found in the freezer. Speculation began to circulate that it was all a part of an underworld market scheme.
It seems like a fabricated story covered up by the police, covered up by the hotel, so that they wouldn't have a bad name.
Here he goes back into the look, he's looking for a pen. He's like, I need a pen or something. I gotta write down all these times that I need to, mess with on the footage. I don't have no clue, but that's what it looked like to me.
It's like we literally see it. We see a body in a bag. We see what would be the foot of the body scratched. And when they found Kenneka Jenkins, her foot was scratched. So it's like we literally see a body in a bag being drugged down steps.
I feel like one of the hotel staff members probably saw her passed out on the floor and assumed that she was dead and put her body in the freezer.
I would not be surprised if someone slipped it into her drink to make her feel more intoxicated, almost as if they were trying to use that drug to sexually assault her. That's just my assumption.
I've been telling you all the same thing from the beginning until now. I believe the mother had something to do with it.
Just to release the video, so-called video on a Friday, which shows a woman looking similar to her. But if you notice in the video, this woman hips is way more bigger, because on a regular pictures that she have, the ones with her friends, her waist is not that big. I mean, she wasn't no toothpick type of girl, but she also wasn't no big type of woman also. So that right there struck me as very odd.
Her friends locked her in there playing with her, and the security guard knew she was in there, and they went to work on her after that.
And play it in full time. I'm gonna keep looping it so you can see the hand. See the hand? Go back. Watch the hand. Watch the hand try to grab her. See it?
No. No.
Like, are you freaking kidding me? Your friend is calling for help, and you not gonna help her? You just gonna help her deal with that?
This is a cover-up. The guy who owned the hotel is said to be real cozy with Donald Trump. That right there alone will throw up red flags.
So, Kenneka's best friend, Monifa's boyfriend, killed her. Which is so crazy.
Yo, she's finna get pushed. She's finna get pushed. Like, look. Pushing her, y'all just see that? Oh my God. Oh my God, she finna... We not stupid. Justice for Kenneka. Oh my God, justice for her.
A few moments ago.
Yo, she's finna get pushed. She's finna get pushed. Like, look. Pushing her, y'all just see that? Oh my God. Justice for Kenneka. Oh my God, justice for her.
So I just want to do this short video to let you know that this young lady was a target to a young girl who belonged to a rich corporate family who had the money to buy her organs.
It does raise the possibility of some foul play. So the police just released these images.
Whoa. The possibility. Dr. Oz, rest assured, if they found your body with your pants down and your shirt up, I would be on it, okay? That's not right. She's steady on her feet. Everything's fine. She's walking along. Then suddenly she reappears about an hour and a half, 2 hours later, and she can hardly walk. What happened?
But I believe also that if it wasn't the transgender and the security guard who was going to do something to her together sexually, was that the transgender had 100% knowledge of what the security guard was going to do.
They killed her at another hotel. That's all I had to say about this.